Hey guys, I'm back today, and today we're talking about 10 of my non-negotiable grooming habits. So we've done this whole series and we talked about different ways of uh, making everyday life a little bit more elegant, a little bit more graceful, feeling stylish and chic every day through different rituals and self-care. And I wanted to get a little bit more in depth and talk about what 10 things are my non-negotiables that I do basically on a daily basis. If it's weekly or something like that, I will mention that, and how to not make it be a very mundane sort of routine that you have to go through, and turn it into something that's fun and feels more like self-care and self-love, and how a simple shift in behavior and attitude can help you achieve that. So I did discuss this on a overview basis in a previous live chat, but right now I'm going to give you exact examples from my own life on how I do this, and maybe you can use some of these or custom tailor some of these to your own to your own life. So you know how there are certain things in our life that have become our non-negotiables, right? We all wake up, we brush our teeth, we all shower, and we just seem to find time for these. And then there's other things that we say, oh, I'll never have time to do that. Well, it's just about making it so much of a habit, of so much of a routine and a ritual that you don't even have to think about it. And so these are those things for me. I don't have to find time for them. They've just become a part of who I am. They're my non-negotiables when it comes to my life and my self-care. So they're not in any particular order. And the number one, they're not in any order, but number one that I'm going to discuss is that I always, always, always remove my makeup. In my 16, 17 years of wearing makeup, I think I've slept in my makeup once. That is it. And even then, I think it was one of those situations where I ended up going into labor, and then it just didn't have the chance to remove it. So this is one that no matter how tired I am, no matter how exhausted I am, I always make my way into the bathroom, wash my face, because I know that this is very important for my skin. It's my self-love. It's my way of loving my skin. And so how do I make that into more of a indulgence, into more of a ritual versus just going and dragging myself to go wash my face, is that when I'm washing my face, and this is for evening and for morning time as well, anytime that I am washing my face, instead of just doing it mindlessly, I take the time to say my affirmations for that particular ritual. So when I'm washing my face, I will use that opportunity to be thankful for my skin, to thankful for, even if my skin doesn't feel the healthiest that day, even if I'm going through a phase where I'm having pimples, even if I haven't slept and I had small children at that time, whatever it is, I always take the time to say I'm very grateful for my beauty, I'm very grateful for my gorgeous skin, my healthy skin, and I just go through my blessings. And it's just that simple shift in behavior that makes it feel like a luxury. Everybody has to wash their face. Why not use those 2 minutes, right? It literally takes seconds sometimes, but why not use that time to just be thankful for this blessing? Be thankful for your beauty, for your skin, for your health. But that is the difference between mindlessly doing something and adding a little bit of luxury. It just makes me feel like a princess. It makes me feel like I imagine royalty just having this luxurious time to spend on themselves, right? And taking the time to indulge. So instead of doing it mindlessly, use that ritual. If you speak Arabic, one of the things that you could do is in Arabic, there's the word nur, which I don't know the exact definition, but to me it just means purity and beauty and just something that is just very clean and pure. So when you're washing your face, use those words. I used to say things like, when I was younger, when I discovered, the word Noor, I was like, wow, it's just such a beautiful name and it has such a deep meaning. When I would be washing my face, I would be saying things like, Ya Nooro or something like that, where you're just feeling like clean and pure and beautiful and luxurious. And even if you have room for improvement in your skin, just doing this taking these simple acts of love will improve your skin and change your mindset. Because remember, at the end of the day, as we get older, there's always going to be that time, right? Somebody once told me this a long time ago. I think this was in high school, in fact. I must have said something about my skin or my look or something, and one of my friends, who was also a teenager at the time, she said, don't ever say that to yourself. She's like, one day you're going to be sitting, in your 70s and 80s, and you're going to be thinking how beautiful your skin was or how beautiful your body was when you were in high school. She's like, just appreciate what you have when you have it. And I was like so just shocked by her wisdom and the way how graceful this woman was. So just use that time to say beautiful, nice things to yourself. And Killian said, yes, Noor means light or radiance. Yes, so if you say that to yourself, give yourself that love and self-care, and whatever language you speak, just say beautiful things to yourself. And it just takes a second. You're doing the thing anyways, right? You're washing your face anyways. Why not indulge yourself a little bit? So number 2 is my moisturizer, and I moisturize my whole body from head to toe basically. So when I'm doing my face moisturizer or when I'm doing my body moisturizer, which I shared with you guys, I use a all natural DIY that I make myself. That video is available. I just posted it a few weeks ago, I think. So when I'm doing that, I will say nice things about my body, even if it's not perfect. Even if it has stretch marks and loose skin from having my 3 gorgeous babies, whatever it is, I just thank the universe, I thank God. I'm thankful for my beautiful body, for my healthy body, for the, just for everything, for the luxury of being able to have children, and for the luxury of having a body that is capable of doing all the wonderful things that my body has done, and for being a great house for me, right? Your body is where your soul resides, right? It's your house. So just be thankful for that. And now you can just quickly apply moisturizer, or you can turn it into indulgence and just say to yourself that be thankful. Use those few seconds. Even if there's, what it does? It really helps you slow down. It helps you become mindful. It's really the difference in, like, let's say I take my lotion and I'm in a rush and I'm just doing this, okay? I'm just applying my lotion. But if I take my lotion, and even if I'm in a rush and I'm applying my lotion and I'm just going, I'm so thankful for my body, it just makes me slow down. It makes me, no matter how rushed I'm feeling, it helps me calm down and say, you know what? I am blessing my body right now. I'm loving myself. I am nourishing my body with this healthy lotion, and just be grateful. Say something that feels natural to you, in whatever language feels comfortable to you. Just say kind words to yourself, and you will see your body in a new light. You will feel differently, because now it's not just you're going through your mundane tasks, but you're really taking that time for love and care. So that's my second non-negotiable. I have to moisturize my body, my knees, my elbows, all those difficult areas that need that extra love. Give it to your body. The other thing is, number 3 is, I do a weekly body scrub and I do a weekly face scrub. So for the face scrub, I've shared with you guys the one I use. It's in my skincare routine. And then for my body, I do the DIY Epsom salt scrub, which I've also shared with you guys. But when I'm doing that takes a little bit of a longer time commitment. It can take from anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes. So I will really use that time. Light a candle if you want to. I've been doing a lot of essential oils lately, just diffusing essential oils over doing candles all the time. I'm kind of making that shift. But I'll diffuse some oil and just say loving, kind things to myself. This is a luxury to be able to do this. So I will sometimes take the time to say, I'm thankful for this information that I have on how Epsom salt is and magnesium is healthy for my body. I'm thankful for this time. I'm thankful for this peace, my family, my body, my health. Really become mindful and conscious of all the things that you're doing. That's the difference between just daily routines and mundane into really indulging and feeling like the queen or princess or chic women that you really are. Number 4 is that every 3 weeks or so, I touch up my roots. I've shared my story on how I started getting graying hair at 16, and everybody would notice and point it out. My older relatives that are in their 60s sometimes make fun of me that I have more gray hair than they do. So I make it a point to touch up my roots and make sure that I am feeling fabulous. And again, when I'm doing that, it can feel sometimes a very negative thing, right? I mean, for some reason I ended up getting gray hair at 16. I can look at that in a very negative light, or I can just be thankful for the fact that I have hair and it's healthy. It's not the healthiest, right? It's not some other people's gorgeous healthy hair, but it's healthy for me, and I'm just blessed to have hair, and it's gotten better that I've changed my lifestyle. So I make sure that I let the universe know this, that I let my hair know that I'm thankful for it providing my beauty, and just bearing it out with me through all of my trials and errors of health and fitness and all of that. So Rabia said, "Hi Mina, I always feel I have hit a jackpot by finding you. You're always an inspiration. Thanks for sharing your experiences." Rabia, that is the sweetest thing. You are so sweet. You're so sweet. That just made me smile because my husband said that to me, I think 2 or 3 weeks into, that honeymoon phase, 2 or 3 weeks into our marriage, when he had taken me to visit some of his extended family. When he was introducing me, he said, "I hit the jackpot." And when I read that comment, it just made me smile. Thank you so much. Hi 1960, Tanny is here. She said, "Great topic. I'm reading all of your lovely comments and I will be interacting with you guys." Tina said, "I'm gonna go put a face mask on right now." Awesome. Use this time wisely. I love that. Asama said, "Noor is often used to describe divine light." Oh, I love that. I love that. So when you are washing your face, you should be reciting things that make you think of divine light. That is beautiful. I love that. Number 5 for me is daily makeup. Now, I have gotten negative comments about that lately. People have been saying things like, "Why do you just do your makeup to cook and clean?" Or, sometimes people will post negative comments on YouTube, and it is what it is. I have this sort of mental thing that I do when I see a negative comment. If it's like really racist or something like that, I will delete it and block the person. But typically, I have this sort of like ritual that I do, and I say, "I hope you feel better soon." Because in my life, I have learned that people who are genuinely happy and feeling good and feeling content don't have the energy to be mean to other people, and they don't have that negative energy to give out. So this is kind of my way of like letting it go and just saying, "I hope you feel better soon." And I don't reply that or anything. I just let it be and say it as my cleansing ritual. So, but yes, I do like to wear makeup on a daily basis. It's not a lot. It takes me 5 minutes, and it just makes me feel glamorous, and you can think whatever you want of that. It makes me feel fabulous, and I absolutely love it. That I do that on a daily basis, and that is part of my self-care. Now, when I'm doing that, I have affirmations that I say to myself. I always want myself, this is my love conversation with myself, I want myself to know that I'm not putting on makeup as a way to hide. I'm not masking, that I am enhancing my already beautiful face. And this is the face that I was given from this universe, from my parents, from God, and this is the face that I love. And putting on a little bit of makeup it makes me feel feminine. It makes me feel like a woman and the girly girl that I am and that I enjoy being. So that's part of my self-love. But instead of just putting it on in a rush, I try to be mindful of the fact that I have this time and luxury. So I will say things like, I'm thankful that I can afford makeup. I'm thankful that I have these few moments to apply makeup and enhance my already beautiful face and things like that. So that can become more of a ritual and something that I look forward to rather than another thing on my to-do list. Number 6, grooming ritual, and I count, this is kind of just that overall looking presentable, is that I do dress up daily. Now, a lot of people think dressing up daily means wearing expensive clothes or designer clothes or wearing clothes that are acceptable for other people. That's not where I'm coming from. What I wear may not be acceptable to some people. I don't know. It may be too casual. It may not even be dressed up, and that is fine. For me, it's enough to make me feel dressed for the day. It's enough where I can go run out run a quick errand. I can go have lunch in this with my girlfriends. I can clean and cook in it as well, throw on an apron. So it's just for me. It's to make me feel good. And every time I do that, and now sometimes I forget. So it's about developing that habit where you don't have to think about it. So when I dress up, I'm just thankful that I can afford clothes that make me feel beautiful. And I say things like, I'm so glad that I have a body that makes me feel fantastic, that I can wear the clothes that I enjoy wearing. So are you getting sort of that theme and pattern here, is that you turn your basic everyday things that you have to do, we all have to do them, but you take the moment to indulge. Now, it doesn't have to be big things. I think we think that life is just mundane, everyday things, and then vacation time or spa time or those rare moments like date nights are the things that bring us the greatest amount of joy. And they do. Those are amazing things if you enjoy them. But why not turn everyday basic into glamorous? Right? Why not? Why not be glamorous all the time? Glamour and chicness to me is a mindset. It's not about fitting into somebody else's model. I just deleted a comment yesterday of somebody just being really nasty to me and saying things like, you are very ugly, you're not very glamorous, why do you keep doing videos on glamour? Because I am glamorous to me. I feel each of us are the star of our own life, right? I'm not somebody else's version. I don't care, of what other people think, because at the end of the day, I feel glamorous, I feel beautiful, and regardless of what other people think of me, I have a healthy, beautiful family, a beautiful life. I'm content, I'm happy, I'm wealthy in all of the senses. So why am I trying to conform to how other people see as glamorous? What somebody else might consider glamorous may be over the top for me, right? This is my glamorous. This is my world. I am the star and the leading role of my life. And I want you guys to start thinking of your life that way. We're not meant to play a side role in somebody else's life. We're not supposed to conform to how other people find glamorous. You do your glamour, and that's fine with me. This is an open channel. It's my space on the internet, and you have chosen to come into my space. So if you don't like the way I do glamour, honey, I'm not forcing you to stay. You go do your glamour, right? So just do it the way you need to do it to feel special. And I don't know what people think, that I'm gonna stop doing the videos that I want to do because they might not meet. You are in my space, babe. So you are free to leave if you don't like that. I'm here trying to teach you to do glamour and to do beauty the way you want to do it. Because who gets to set the rules for this? Who set the rules? Right? You set your own rules. So you do the glamour that makes you feel fabulous and glamorous and loved. That is it. That's the only rule in my book. I judge by how I'm feeling. Does this feel right to me? Does this make me feel good? Does this as long as I'm not hurting anybody else, my goal is to feel happy and energetic and fabulous so that I can live a fabulous life for my family and for my community and inspire other people. That is the only goal here. So don't think that you have to even conform to what I may be saying is glamorous. You do it your way. That is the only goal here. Delicious Reed said, hello, first time I've listened live. I would love to know your weekly exercise routine. So Delicious, I've done quite a few videos on that. I have a whole playlist on, I think it's called Fit Moms Club or something like that. But at the end of this live stream, if you guys want me to go into it, that is number 7. So I will be touching on that in a minute. Melina said, I love that, Mina. You are the star of your life. So true. Yes, we're all like starlets. Walk around thinking of yourself as a starlet and live your best life. Ross said, amen, girlfriend. I love you guys so much. You guys are just awesome. Let's see. Tina said, I love your comebacks, Mina. I hope you feel better soon. I know, but I feel fabulous. Thank you for loving up on me, but this shirt is not for me. Can you do a video on that? I need a lot of practice. Yeah, so you guys, rephrase that again, Tina. So you want me to do a video on comebacks? It's so funny. My son says that to me too. Like Armand will, he's listening right there. Armand will often tell me, when he says that, somebody said something to him, and I will tell him, this is what you can say, and he's like, you have the best comebacks. I'm like, yeah, well, I have decades of experience over him, so yeah, of course it sounds like that. Alexa said, when people judge, it is a reflection of how they think of themselves. I pity them and I hope that they find healing within themselves to heal. Exactly. And I don't know why people think that everybody else should live up to their standard of beauty or their standard. You know, one thing that I find highly disturbing, and I wasn't even going to mention this, but I noticed that in the summer when I get really tanned, I start getting a lot more ugly comments and things like that, and I find that highly disturbing. And I don't know why people think that it's acceptable to write those kind of things, but anyways, like I said, I just apparently people don't like a tan on me. I don't know what it is. I never get those kind of comments in the winter, and then they always start in the summer. And I have 6 years of experience on YouTube, so I find this highly disturbing. But again, it's the reflection of them. I was not born to fulfill their ideal image. You know, my parents were immigrants to their country. They had hard, tough lives in raising us, right? And my life is not, I'm not going to waste my parents' upbringing and their love and affection on trying to conform to somebody else's life. The way I can pay my parents back for all of their love and hard work is to live my best life forward. That's it. That is my only goal, to live like a star that I know that my parents think that I am. So that's it. And I want to teach my kids the same thing, that your life is not meant to be lived trying to conform to somebody else's expectations. You do you. Even if I don't agree, you always do you. This is, you know, it's not meant to be, I don't know what kind of weird ideal beauty people have in their head, but to me, beauty equals health. And I've said this in a lot of videos. So my ultimate goal is to feel good, feel healthy, and beauty will naturally ooze out of you when you are healthy, when you are feeling good, and healthy in the physical form and healthy in the emotional and spiritual and all the other senses, right? If when we're in a good place, that's beauty. That's the only beauty I know. Afreen said, I love your way of positive self-talk. Definitely going to include that in my routine. Afreen, it is key. It is key. Your name means beauty, doesn't it? It means the highest level of beauty. You should be saying that to yourself every single day. Think of the love that your parents must have felt for you when they named you the highest form of beauty. So absolutely, you gotta self-talk yourself, your love talk, you know, sweet talk yourself. Thank you, Corpian. I appreciate your compliment. Ridu, thank you. Kendra said, since being diagnosed with IRA, you have become my muse and inspiration that I will be better than before and positivity. Absolutely, Kendra. You know, this, I don't mean to offend people when I say this, but, and I think people think it's weird when I say this, and I'm not trying to be insensitive, but getting diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis was one of the most positive things that could happen to me. And I know this is people get offended when I say this. I know how much pain it causes. But if I didn't get diagnosed with it, I wouldn't have known how to change myself and my health and my lifestyle habits. And I would have ended up with like a lot of my relatives who never got diagnosed and they lost their life. So what can I do? You know, the only thing I can do is to not make their suffering worth nothing, is to make sure that it doesn't happen forward. And this is the information that I have, is all the information that was available to me. And I used it to heal myself from the inside out. So that's all you can do. You know, we can just sit in fear, or we can take control of our lives and think this is the best I can do based on the information that I have right now. So you can absolutely heal yourself. The first thing is to believe, the first step. Because let me tell you guys, there's been studies done on this, that if two people have exactly the same circumstances, the same disease, same age, there is nothing different between them except for their mindset. So one person believes that they can heal themselves and they can be healed and cured, and the other person doesn't believe so, and the same treatment and same medication is done. The person that believes that they could have been cured and heals and cures themselves, and the other person does not. It's the mindset is the first step, guys. It really is, to everything. This could be used in relationships, in parenting, in self-love, in education, in, I don't know, winning elections, in anything. You can just, if you change your mindset, you've won half the battle. So definitely start there. Afreen said, oh my God, write what I needed to hear. You literally made my day. Thank you, babe. Tina said, are you going to write a new book? Tina, I've been thinking about it. I'm kind of debating between writing a new book versus doing a course for you guys. So you may, maybe after the summer is over, I will be able to better hone in and where I'm headed. Amy said, just finished my morning workout ritual, and now I get to listen to you live. Today is a great day. Thank you, Mina. Thank you, Amy. You guys are just so sweet. So what number was I in? I said dressing. Or did I say daily makeup? No, I said dressing. Okay. Number 7, and that's the one I think somebody asked about, is working out. So I don't work out every day. I try to aim for 5 days. To be honest with you, it ends up being more like 4 days on most weeks. And with 5th day kind of being a bonus. And Mondays is arm day with me. I know a lot of people do their leg days on Mondays. I can't do leg days on Monday because my weekends are usually very active, not exercise, but active, being physical and cleaning and doing things with my family and gardening and things like that. So I need to give my legs a break, I feel like, on Monday. So Mondays are my arm day. Tuesdays are my leg day, and then Wednesdays I do kind of like shoulders, back, and chest and deadlifts. It's kind of open. Sometimes I'll do just stretching and yoga type of things on Wednesday. And then Thursday is kind of where I'll do like glutes and things that I feel like I didn't get to on leg day. So that's kind of like that. And then Friday is like a full body where I'm just trying to build up a sweat. So sometimes I switch it around based on how I'm feeling. For example, if Tuesday leg day was killer and Thursday I can't do glutes, I may skip Thursday and Friday do like a full body. So I keep myself flexible, but I have some sort of a system, if that makes sense. So flexible system. That's kind of where we're at right now. But I will do a full video on this if you guys want. I have been planning to. I keep putting it off. Maybe I may do it live, but I will take you through the whole weekly workout. So that's my working out. Now, while I'm working out, I consider that my meditation time as well. This is where sometimes I will choose to listen to an audiobook or a podcast on my phone. I have Hoopla, which is available free through our public library. I may do that. I may play like a motivational YouTube video in the background, Tony Robbins. But on most days, I will choose to just do my own sort of guidance. So I will just, go through my own affirmations. I will tell myself I have a healthy, beautiful relationship. I will work on like relationship affirmation, motivation affirmations. So whatever I'm thankful for, whatever I am working on, whatever I'm trying to achieve, I will say those things as they all already exist and I'm already being thankful for them. So even if I don't have that thing completely in order right now, I will speak of it as if I have already achieved it. And that really helps me just kind of set the tone for my day. And since I do work out first thing in the morning, it really just puts me in a really good mindset and frame of mind. Number 8 is my grooming and self-care act is stretching and foam rolling. When I started my workout routine 2 years ago, I neglected this part a little bit, but stretching is very important after working out. And some days, and that's like my bonus workout day, like Wednesday, if I'm feeling very sore, I will just do yoga, light yoga, which will act as my stretching. And that really helps elongate the body, relax the body. And during that time, I will say my affirmations on how my body has healed beautifully after everything I've gone through physically and with my autoimmune stuff, and just go through that. Let me tell you guys, I don't know if I've mentioned this. I'm pretty sure I have. After my second child was a VBAC, which is a vaginal birth after a C-section, and I had some issues with that, and my bladder was severely damaged. And so several doctors told me that I would need surgery and that there was no way around it. And I kept telling myself that my bladder was completely healed, it was fine, I was functioning normally even when it wasn't. I kept saying it for years and years and years, and I don't know if it's a combination of my lifestyle changes, time, stretching, positive affirmations, lifestyle changes, but I no longer need the surgery. So many times I've been, told these definite things that are life-changing by professionals, and I don't know what it is. I know a lot of people get upset when I say these things, but in my experience, nothing is impossible, right? Either you have faith or you have fear. The way I look at it, both cannot reside in your mind. Isn't the definition of faith like believing so much that you don't have fear. That's my definition, and I apologize if that's incorrect. My definition of faith is just knowing, just without a doubt, just knowing and believing. So if I'm leaving it up to God, if I'm leaving it up to the universe, if I'm leaving it up to a higher being, then I don't have room for faith. I'm sorry, room for fear. Then there is no doubt, right? So I do my best that I can. I say the right things to myself to believe, and in my life things have worked out that way, where now I don't need that surgery. So I'm just thankful and I'm grateful. I'm not trying to say this to I don't know, to brag about it, but just that sometimes just believing is enough, and taking action. So stretching, foam rolling. Number 9, this one I've shared in my shower routine. I think it's called shower pamper routine, is I do my daily dry brushing every time before I go into the shower. Sometimes I skip it, but 9 out of 10 times I do it. And while I'm doing the dry brushing, I will say things like how beautiful my skin is, how radiant it is. I used to be very self-conscious. I had so many stretch marks from gaining 70 pounds and losing it. And I've noticed that the more I dry brush, they're fading. Now, I don't know if my mindset is changing, so they don't bother me as much, or they have actually physically disappeared. But I just feel better about them. I'm not self-conscious about them. I think it's the dry brushing, and it has a lot of health benefits. If you want to Google benefits of dry brushing body, you will see all the wonderful benefits that come up. I believe I do have a full video showing you guys how to do that. I will have to check into that. I have over 1,000 videos now, and I forget sometimes. So Nas said, "Hi Mina, catching you live after a long time." Lexi said, "Mina, a book by Dr. Joe talks about the concept of the mind being able to heal the body. I think it's called Placebo." Oh, that's good. I have not read that. I know about the placebo effect, but if there's a book on it, I need to read it because I think it's fascinating. I will definitely check that out. Thank you so much for the recommendation. So that is the dry brushing. Number 10 is Irfan and I both get a massage at least once a month. We've now sometimes do it every 2 weeks, and I don't think of a massage as a luxury. I really think of it as like a need for us at this point. I do work out quite a bit and I lift heavy weights, so I really do need it. And I realize that it's a luxury. We don't pay a lot of money for it. The place that we go to is just fantastic. You can buy a package. It ends up being like $35 for us, so it's not very expensive. And I really enjoy it and really consider it a treat and a luxury. And I do think it's a necessity at this point. And we don't indulge a lot in spa treatments and stuff, but that is one I can't get rid of. So every time I'm going, I just try to be thankful for my body and try to be present in the moment. I've noticed that when I go for a massage and if my mind is racing and I'm thinking about a lot of stuff, then I'm not as intentional and mindful, and I don't enjoy the massage as much. But when I can quiet my mind down by saying quiet affirmations and really relax myself, you really get your worth because you enjoy it. And it's all about being present in the moment and being mindful. And that just really helps me out. Number 10 is, that was number 10. I have a couple of bonus. Number 11 is a bonus one. I always try to give myself a pedicure. I'm really bad with my manicures. I do them myself, pedicures, but that is one where I really do feel like I need that. Like I said, manicures sometimes I'm kind of lazy with just because they get ruined very easily with me with all the housework and chores and things. But that's a luxurious one that I enjoy. And just, when you're doing that, be mindful, consider it a luxury, and just say affirmations that just be thankful for the fact that we have our feet and our arms and we're healthy and able to run around and do all the things that we need to get done. One thing I want to say, I want to take some comments. But I also want to say something about finding the time for these things. Alex said, yes, Amy, since Mina's videos on rituals, my workout time has taken a new meaning, and I look forward to working out. Wow, I love that. That is the key, right? I mean, if you're dreading something, your body behaves very differently when you're doing it, right? And if you can kind of retrain your brain to find some sort of a meaning and happiness in it, it's not you. There may be days when you're tired. There's days where my body is sore and I'm not feeling it. But if you can find that happiness and contentment in that love for your body in that moment, I think that's that shift that we all need. Let's see. So let's see. Alexa also said, I began doing dry brushing, and my skin feels much softer. It has been a good addition to my nighttime routine. Love that. Yes, you feel like your whole body tingles after you do it. So the one thing that I want to say, girls, is that I know that when I say these, to some of you it might seem like a lot, but this is what I've done. I've thought about all the things that I used to have in my home before we decluttered, and all the commitments and all of the things that I was doing, not only as a parent but as a wife and a woman, because I felt like I had to do them. And now every time I buy something new, or I get offered a new commitment, or I have something that I have to enroll my kids in, I ask myself a very important question that it's taken me a long time as a woman and as a mother to arrive at a place where my life has room and time for myself. It has room and time for grace. It has room and time for loving myself, because I am the most important person right now in my children's life, right? Because they really need me to be healthy and they need me to be active, and I want to be around for them. I want to watch them grow up. So every time I'm, even as on YouTube, there's always people emailing you for collaborations or for I'll send you this product, can you do a review on it? And there's always a lot of things coming at you, and I've become very selective with that, because I ask myself that, will the room that I have created in my life for myself, taking on this new thing, will this still allow me to have grace in my life? Will it allow me time for my affirmations? It's like that grace period, right? In feeling that difference of that few minutes, in feeling rushed and feeling like we're our last priority, to really slowing down and being able to get all the things done that really bring us value while still having time for ourselves. So be selective is what I'm trying to say. Let go of all the things that require extra maintenance in your life but don't bring you any value, because in your life right now, regardless of what you think, you are the most important person in your life, in your family's life as well. Because if you are not well, you are not only not going to be able to help anybody, you may actually become a drain on them. You may become a liability on them. You may become work on them. I know that when I'm not feeling well, my children's faces are different. They're concerned, they're worried about me, right? And I don't want my children to be raised in a place of worrying about their mom because she's not doing well, because she didn't take care of herself. You guys, many of you guys write into me saying that you guys are adults now and your mom spent her entire life taking care of yourself, and she's older now and she is not well and she doesn't know where to start with her self-care, and you don't know where to start with helping her with her self-care. So why would you want to place that sort of stress on your children when they're older? When I get those messages from you guys, it reminds me that I don't want my children worrying about me now or later. That I want them to be happy and content knowing that mom is happy and content. And even if we get busy in our life, she's entertained and happy and busy and well. So please make room for yourself. A lot of the things that we do on autopilot, we've been told that we need these things, we've been told that we need to do them. Reevaluate them. I'm not here to tell you what's important and what's not important to you. You need to figure that out for you. A lot of times, things you may be doing because you think you have to do them because maybe your children's close friends are doing them. Sometimes your children may not even enjoy them, right? So reevaluate that as a family, as a mom. Make some executive decisions if you need to. Sometimes our children may even say, oh man, but I really wanted to do that. And then a week later, you see them doing something else. They've moved on. Same thing with having too much clutter, having a complicated routine, having too many commitments, too many parties. Unless you enjoy that. If you enjoy that, do it. But if you find that it's dragging you down, it's taking away from your self-care, let it go. Make room for yourself. Make room for everyday luxuries. Don't wait for that vacation every year. Don't wait for that monthly spa treatment, or I don't know, quarterly spa treatment. Every day should have some sprinkles of luxury built into it. Even if it's just luxury of the mind, even if it's just our daily affirmations. Do what you need to do to restructure your life so that you have room for the most important person in your life. You. Even if you're like, no, my most important people in my life are my children, Mina, I know that they are. But guess what? They're not well without you either. They're just not going to be well if you're not well. So you need to be well. So again, if your children are the most important people in your life, then that automatically makes you the most important person in your life. It should. You have to restructure your mind. You have to start thinking on a different level. If you want to be around for them, you want to be healthy. I mean, so many of us, I bet you guys have parents that didn't take care of themselves, they neglected themselves, and they did it out of love and sacrifice and commitment and loyalty to you. But now they're not well, and you're stressed out from that. Do you want to stress your parents out? No, of course not. We want to see our parents happy and doing well. So why not start, let us break that cycle. Somebody has to do it. Why not you, right? Let's just start there. Let's see. Asima said, I just started drinking green smoothies for the past few days. I notice my lips feel tingly when I drink them. Does that mean I may be allergic to kale, or is this normal? I have not experienced this, Asima, so I'm not sure if anybody else has any information about that. Asima, play around with the ingredients. If you think it's kale, remove kale for a week and add spinach or zucchini or something else like arugula and see if it goes away. So I would say play around with it, because remember, if you may be allergic to something that I'm not, or vice versa, so you have to do like a test. So I would say switch it up for a week and see how you feel. Even if you're allergic to one or two vegetables or not doing well with them, there's plenty of other greens and plenty of other vegetables to try. Usha said, just today I was giving skincare tips to my sister, then thought, wait a minute, I haven't done face mask in months. Right then I thought, don't need to pity myself. I got it and did it and felt amazing. Good. So you lead by example, right? You do it for yourself, and then your sisters, your cousins, your friends, your neighbors will come to you and say, hey, what are you doing? I need to do what you're doing. So when you feel good, you just radiate happiness and joy, and then other people come to you and ask. Stephanie said, so true. One of the best gifts we can give our kids is our joy. It really is. I know, so I meet so many of you guys. You guys write in to me saying all the time how concerned you guys are, especially after you started watching my channel or realize my mom's story, that you guys can relate to that. This is probably the number one message that I get. One of the number one messages is that, how can you get your parent to start taking care of themselves? They've never done it. So it's like, it's very hard to break a very old habit. If your parents are in their 60s or 70s, they've been living themselves, they've been living this way for a long time. But we can still learn and change ourselves. And a lot of times, by changing ourselves, we inspire other people. And we may inspire our elderly relatives as well. It doesn't have to, inspiration is not just inspiring people younger than us or our peers. So maybe if you started doing it, your mom may notice and she might start doing it, and she may feel like this is a happy, acceptable place for her to like dive in deeper and take care of herself. So it has to start with you. No matter which way you look at it, the generation before us or the generation after us, we have to start. We're important. So guys, thank you so much for spending this time with me, and I really appreciate it. I love this series. So I will check out that book that you guys mentioned, Placebo, and I will also do a workout routine. That one I know I've been getting requested a lot, so I may just do like little clips and put it in. But for those of you guys that don't know, I actually have a whole playlist on my workout routines. So if you haven't checked it out, it is in you can search in my playlist, put in fitness, and it should come up. So I love you guys so much. Thank you for spending this time with me. I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye.